So it took me a while to edit this video because I really didn't know what to say. And I was still making my way around this whole using a real mic and trying to find the right things to say because there's so many things that could be said about this film, Chungking Express, and many of the things that had already been said. And I was really searching for something that was unique, that was different. I wanted this video to be perfect. I wanted it to stand out. I wanted it to go viral. I wanted people to view my perspective and my opinion as something that was worth listening to. And then I realized that I was doing like Faye. I was scared. I didn't want to be seen. And if I were to be seen, I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted to control the visuals. I wanted to direct the sound. I wanted to direct the conversation. I wanted to be in control. And like Cop 663 and Cop 223, we learned that there is not much that we can do to control our surroundings, control the way people move, what people decide, how people show up. The only thing we could do is control how we show up, what we present to the world, how open we are, how insistent we are on getting what we want. And that's what I really like about this film is that we see these two men, Cop 223 and Cop 663, in this whirlwind of understanding that life is not up to you. It is not going to be fully written by you, but there are some pieces of it that you can control and some pieces of it that will make you go crazy and run wild and forget who you are and consume obsessively because that's the only thing you know. And then there's this frantic pace that we see in the first half of the film that I think really mirrors how we, especially me, a creative, doesn't quite know which way to go, but I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to show up. And it may be sloppy. It may be a mess. It may be dramatic at times because I insist on the drama, and it may be calm. But that's the fun of it. That's the beauty, the chase, the thrill, the excitement is what makes this fun. And it may not always feel like that, right? There are moments where I put something out there and nobody likes it. Nobody wants it. And I try again, and then I feel like I'm speaking in a crowd of people who cannot hear me, people who don't want to listen, people who don't get me. But the cool thing is that I get to try again and again and again. And that's what we see Cop 223 and Cop 663 do. They try over and over again in this quest for love, this quest for partnership, this quest for understanding, this quest for joy. And they don't get it right all the time. Most of the time, actually. It is a whirlwind of chaos. And then there's Faye, right? She's just trying, but she doesn't want to be seen. The fantastical notion of breaking and entering into your crush's apartment to clean, to tend to mend without them knowing is honestly fantastical. I love it because that's what we do all the time. We don't want to be seen fully. We are afraid of it, but that doesn't mean that we don't want to show up, that we don't want someone next to us in the journey, that we don't want people who get us. It's just that fear that sometimes stops us in our tracks before we even get a chance to appreciate the act of doing is enough. The act of being is enough. The act of seeing is enough. The act of speaking is enough. Finally get the courage to at least face the fear of being seen. It still won't feel right. You'll still get it wrong. You'll still wonder, am I really supposed to be doing this? Is this really supposed to be my life? Do I even really want this? And the crazy thing about being seen, the crazy thing about being a creative and putting yourself out there is that the world gives you so many times to try and try again. It is the shop owner who insists on change, the shop owner that feeds you when you are in the midst of a breakup, the shop owner who encourages you to just move on. That is the world. It will move with you or without you. And it's up to you to adjust and follow along. It's up to you to create your own world. But at the same time, it is there. It is there for you waiting, just like the shop owner was for Cop 223 and Cop 663. He was always there until he wasn't. And that's the cool thing. That's one of the really cool things that I love about this film is that he practices what he preaches. He shows up, he encourages, he gives advice, he gives a listening ear, even if he doesn't quite agree with it. He offers some sort of perspective, a different means of thinking, of moving, of doing, and it's up to you to decide if you want to do it, which is what Cop 223 and Cop 663 have to decide. And he's there, like I said, until he isn't, encouraging you to fall in love again just for the sake of it. The same way the world encourages you to put yourself out there just for the sake of it. Do it again. Get silly, get fun, get creative. Just see what happens when you let go. See what happens when you let the world encourage you to stand still and move forward and take stock of everything that is happening around you. Move with the quickness, but move with intention, and watch how the gaze focuses in on the things that need to be highlighted, and the things that don't really require much attention fade into the background. But each piece of it all deserves to be witnessed, if not only for a moment.